Hey guys, this is Al again. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the new car purchase. This is my 2005 Mercedes-Benz E320 CDI. So I found this car on Craigslist. I'm sorry, not on Craigslist, on Capart. And initially I thought it was a 040 black, you know, the solid black color, but it's actually a very dark metallic green. It's actually a very pretty color. Car was hit in the rear. So, you know, you can see where, I guess it must have backed into a trailer hitch or something like that. It was a pretty solid hit. You can see this actual tail light is something that I just bought. The tail light was smashed into pieces. But I bought a replacement. And you can see where it bent the rebar and damaged the shock absorbers for the bumpers. And obviously bent the panel as well. So you can see the panels bent pretty badly as well, so the car's definitely going to need to go on a frame machine and get pulled. But it's also got some damage on the driver's side door and a little bit of damage on the fender. I'm guessing that this happened at the Capart location, because this is the kind of stuff that happens at Capart. They don't let people drive cars around anymore. They just have the forklifts pick them up, move them out of the way, put them down again, pull the other cars, pick them up, put them back again. So these cars are constantly getting forked on the lot, and you know, that's the kind of thing that happens. So main reason why I bought it is because I need a commuter car. It's around 130 mile round trip from my house to this to my hobby shop, and doing it in the old S55, as fun as it can be, is kind of expensive at 14 miles to a gallon. You know, the other reason I bought it is it's only got 102,000 miles on the clock, which almost 103,000 miles, which is not a lot for these cars. You know, for a diesel, that's actually pretty good. Interior, you can kind of tell a lot about people, you know, when you buy the cars, and you can certainly tell a lot about people when you buy cars from Capart, because, you know, they don't get a chance to clean them up. Car is filthy. Whoever owned this car must have been a filthy person. That's all I got to say. You know, really didn't take care of the car. There's some just, you know, lack of maintenance. You could tell, you know, this person who drove this car, I'm gonna, you know, make a generalization, but I bet money that they you know, it was kind of one of those cars that they bought from a tote the note lot or something like that, and they were just basically living paycheck to paycheck, because you know, he had things like tires that were very, very bald. Didn't look like the car had maintenance done on it for a very, very long time. We saw, you know, the belts, serpentine belt was cracked. It looks like the filter, the original fuel filter, was on the car. You know, just things like that. Air filter was dirty, cabin filter was dirty. It's just zero maintenance. I mean, whoever drove this car just drove this car. And usually people who do that are people who, you know, have a set payment. They make a payment a month, and if there's ever a problem with the car, they trade it in and buy another car. You know, they don't even have money in their budget for tires. So you know, that's kind of one of the things that I kind of saw in it. I've obviously bought a bunch of parts for the car, get it ready to be on the road. So bought fuel filters, air filters. I've got glow plugs, belts, oil filters. You know, the whole kit and caboodle. 2 gallons of Rotella synthetic. So it's going to get the full workout. What else is going on with it? Okay, so you've got a little bit of damage on the front bumper as well. You know, right here, right, and that's about it, really. You know, and the front fender on this side and the hood. Here's the bumper. The bumper was stuffed in the trunk. It was folded up like a piece of cardboard and stuffed in the trunk. So I took it out and I'm laying it over here next to my W108 seats so that I could get it to kind of reform itself, and then I'll take it to the guys that fix the bumper on my S55 and have them fix it. I found these guys did a phenomenal job fixing the bumper. Excuse me for, I'm sitting there complaining about this car being dirty, but my car's pretty dirty, but I've been driving it and it's not dirty on the inside. But they did a pretty good job. I mean, you can see that bumper was all smashed to pieces over here, and they fixed it, and it looks great. So that's about it right now. It's just everything's being held together by a piece of wire, and I'm going to definitely need a new trunk lid. I'm going to definitely need a new rebar, and maybe able to fix a bumper, maybe able to replace it, may buy a door. It depends on what the body guy says, and let's take it for a quick drive. So I'm going to take it around the block. So these cars have two batteries. Let me see, where's the keys? These cars have two batteries. You've got like my SL55. It has a starter battery and it has a main battery. I think the main battery is bad, so it keeps throwing a red battery code. Got a check engine light going on as well, which isn't good, and glow plugs stay on, which is also not good. So that's why I bought the glow plugs, replacement glow plugs for it. But all in all, the interior isn't too bad. It's MB text. The front driver's seat has a tear in it, but just these nasty things. I mean, this thing drives me crazy. Like, what the heck happened there? Very annoying, very annoying. Car actually drives pretty well. Engine mounts need doing, so that's another thing that I need to shop for. But and it's got it needs an entire front end rebuild, so I'm hearing like squeaks, like there's a symphony of birds underneath the car. It's got good pull, really good pull. I mean, it pulls kind of impressively strong. So right now I'm trying to find a body guy that will fix this car kind of inexpensively. Obviously, it's not a Bentley and it's not a Rolls Royce or anything else like that. So I'm not gonna be real cautious about who I use. The same guy that basically fixed the bumper on my S55. I think his brother or his uncle or something like that also has a body shop in that area, and he does a lot of basically salvage work. Cars that come out of Capart and get rebuilt. So he's the guy that painted the bumper. He didn't do a bad job, and I'm probably going to use him. Try to get the work done as inexpensively as possible. Go to the little, the U-pullet joints, because now W211s are at that age where they're starting to basically be common, and pick up the parts that I need. I need stupid things like these little deals over here. I'm not sure what's going on with that vent lever over there. This emergency warning thing is kind of stuck open. It's going to drive me crazy. But these kind of minor things, and get them fixed. So these cars are starting to show up in the parts places, in the parts where you can go and pull your own parts. And now that they're showing up, I should be able to get everything that I need to get for a fairly reasonable cost. So that's the plan. I do have a replacement battery for it. It's a Group 49. I get a hell of a deal from the local battery supplier, so I get replacement batteries reconditioned at very, very low prices. So I'm gonna have him do that, and you know, hopefully you'll see this car on the road, so you'll see some updates on it. You know, I suspect that we'll be doing some front end work, engine mounts, basic service work, and I'll keep you guys updated. Goal is for it to become a driver. You know, I'm more focused on my other cars, you know, the 6.3 and the Shadow, but you know, it'll be nice to be able to get 35 miles to a gallon coming up here and not go through half a tank, you know, on a trip. All right, guys, thanks very much, and let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye bye.